Aries, Sun, Moon, or Rising. My name is Lavender Lay. I'm an intuitive tarot reader here on YouTube, and I make anime-themed tarot readings. So if that's something that you're into, I would like to get into, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you join. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into your reading. We're going to be looking into the next 3 months from now. From whatever time you're watching this, it's 3 months from that date. So what we'll be getting into is your current energy, then with the tarot cards, and then with the oracle cards, we're going to look into what karma are you clearing, what self-care do you need more of in the next 3 months, what astrological influences may be impacting you, and then we'll finish out with a final message from the angel number cards. So if that's fine with you, if you would like to continue, then let's go ahead and get into the tarot. Spirit for my Aries, Sun, Moon. Just fell right out of my hands. For my Aries, Sun, Moon, or Rising, what is their current energy? What is currently going on for them? Current energy for my Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising. Seven of Wands in reverse and the Eight of Cups in reverse. Current energy for my Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising. Got the World reversed and the Three of Cups. Let me move these over. Oops. That way everything fits in the screen. And we've got the Hermit reversed. Interesting. Back of the deck is the Ace of Swords. Alrighty. So, when the first off, when the Seven of Wands and the Eight of Cups in reverse came out, I immediately heard that there's some sort of challenge that you just kind of refuse to walk away from. I don't know if you have like a hard time with walking away from it, or there's just circumstances in your life that make you feel like you can't just walk away from it. But I feel like you can only, it's almost like you feel like you have to push through whatever this is, and that's not necessarily the case. I feel like there's some sort of there's some sort of cycle that you do need to go through, but I feel like Spirit is kind of just like in a place where it's like, this is not necessarily how you need to go through this cycle. Like, you need to get through the cycle, right? But I feel like Spirit is kind of just like, this is not exactly how we imagined you going through this cycle of yours. I feel like there is, I feel like what the problem is that you're trying to go through this cycle alone, and you're not meant to go through it alone. Like, you are trying to just power through it and handle and have all the burden be upon yourself. Meanwhile, you're actually meant to be going through this cycle of yours with other people, especially because we've got this Three of Cups, which is kind of like, you know, Three of Cups is like a celebration of some sort. You know, a celebration with friends. Like, the way that it's depicted in the Rider-Waite Tarot is that, you know, you've got these three people and they're kind of like cheersing their cups together, you know, in celebration of something. So I feel like you guys are meant to be doing something, like whatever this challenge or whatever that you kind of refuse to walk away from, I feel like you're meant to be doing it with others, and that's how you're going to truly get through this challenge. And I feel like that's when, like, when you finally just kind of like speak your truth about it with others, especially because we've got this Ace of Swords, when you finally speak about your truth about it with others, you know, and let others in when it comes to whatever this challenge is, you will have a much easier time getting through whatever it is that you are being challenged with at this time. Like, you're not meant to be by yourself in this, and like in this energy of whatever this is. You are meant to you're not meant to go through this alone. You are meant to finally, you know, let others help you. Is essentially, you know, what I'm getting here, is finally let others help you in this time, in this challenge. And maybe that's the challenge itself, is like finally letting people in to help you, and that's how you'll get through everything. So yeah, that's the current energy. If that resonates with you, then let's go ahead and move into what karma will you be clearing over the next 3 months. The way these karma cards work is that there is three kind of decks, planets, signs, and houses. I'm going to pull a card from each one, so a planet, a sign, and a house. It's going to create a couple of sentences for us, with one side being actions and the other side being outcomes. So Spirit, for my Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising, what karma are they clearing? There we go. We've got the moon. Ooh. Let's see if we get a sign. There we go. Moon in Aquarius. Right, let's get a house. In the 9th house. Alrighty, so moon in Aquarius in the 9th house. You might have that placement, or you could just have a moon. You could have your moon in the 9th house, or you could have your moon in Aquarius. It doesn't have to be, that doesn't have to be true for you. I'm just saying it could be confirmation for somebody. So spiritual action, defend your vision as if it or they came from all there is. Mental action, accept what's new and different about the philosophies and laws involved. And physical action, let your feelings tell you how to use an unconventional way and do it in a big way. So let's see the outcomes. So spiritual outcome, the nurturing of genius to experiment with spiritual values. Mental outcome, feelings caused by the discoveries of long-range thinking or travel. And then physical outcome, reactions resulting from the eccentricity of what is to be shared. Alrighty, I feel like you guys are going to be getting into an energy of finally sharing more of your thoughts and feelings that you feel like are so very different than everybody else. Like maybe you have ideas and stuff that you just haven't felt comfortable with sharing with others. And I feel like you guys are finally getting into a space where you feel comfortable with sharing those thoughts and ideas, even if they're like so way out there and you feel like, you might be, socially isolated because of having those thoughts. I don't think they're anything to be like scared of. It could be like, oh, maybe you have, especially because it says spiritual values, the nurturing of genius to experiment with spiritual values. Maybe it's something in terms of the way that you want to practice your spirituality. Like maybe you are stepping away from like religion, or like you've been raised in a certain religion and maybe you are making the decision to step away from that, and everybody in your, like, what would be eccentric about that is like everybody in your community is a part of that religion, and so you stepping away would be a feeling of like, and like, voicing your opinions about like how you would like to then, practice your spirituality is very different and different from what everybody else is doing, and so you feel like you would be, the odd one out. But you never know, you might find somebody, when you speak out about it, you might find somebody that, has had like similar feelings, and maybe they felt the same way as you, like, oh, I can't really talk about this in this community because I might get ostracized or something. But all it takes is, that first step in terms of, finding the right community for you in terms of like what you're looking for spiritually, or just anything to do with, your beliefs. It could also be, maybe you've had thoughts of like going for, a higher education, and maybe like the community or maybe your family has always been, they haven't put much importance on, having that higher education, or maybe you would be the first among your family to go for like be like first gen college student. That's the kind of energy that I'm getting. So you would be like among the first of your family to like go after and get their degree, whether it's like a bachelor's degree, or maybe you're the first of your family to go after their master's or PhD, whatever it is, if that is something that you want to do, don't feel like you can't talk about it just because, others around you have not achieved that same thing. You never know who's actually going to be like, that's so great for you. I'm so proud of you for going after that thing. Let me know what I can do to support you. You never know who's going to be that person for you and, encourage you to do this, to do whatever the thing is that you want to do, whether it's spiritual, higher education, etc. Or maybe, because the ninth house is also about long distance travel. So maybe you want to, maybe you've been thinking about moving overseas somewhere, or just doing more overseas travel, and nobody in your family or just your community at large has really done that. And so you feel a little bit, hesitant about sharing wanting to do that. Maybe you could be among the first of your family to get a passport, and you feel like that's going to be a point of contention or something like that. Either way, what the karma that you're clearing is getting over that feeling of not wanting to share your thoughts and feelings about it. I feel like you're going to be getting to a point where you feel more comfortable with doing it. Maybe it's just like, you talk to one person, like a friend or something like that, and they encourage you to be like, no, you should talk about this more. And then, you take that next step and you talk to another person about it. And then, before you know it, you've told your family, or you've opened up to your community about wanting to do this thing, and you're met with so much encouragement. So just something to keep in mind, that if this is something that's been on your mind lately, that's something that you will be getting through over the next 3 months. So let's look into what self-care you should be doing over the next 3 months. Oh my god, I split the deck and I got plan a vacation. So I'm actually going to, because I really do feel like you guys should be doing some sort of, vacation planning, whether it's long distance or something. And mind you, long distance could still be within like the country, whatever country that you live in. Even though I know the majority of my audience is in the US, so it could be like as simple as you traveling from, if you live on the West Coast, traveling to the East Coast or something like that, or to the Midwest or the South or something. Just because either way, that is still like a very long distance. It's like hundreds and hundreds of miles, or thousands of miles technically, if you're going from coast to coast. So that's technically still, long distance travel. Or maybe you're going on a cruise and you're going to the Caribbean for the first time or something like that. Just take it how it resonates. Spirit, self-care for my Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Also, it doesn't have to be for the very first time. You could be very well traveled. It could just be, if you are planning to travel, it could be you planning to travel somewhere new for the first time. But not necessarily that you're a first-time traveler. I just feel like there's majority of you might be first-time travelers. But take it how it resonates. But yeah, spirit, self-care for my Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I can't exactly show this image, but there you go. That's something you should be engaging in over the next 3 months. Be careful with that, make sure that you're protected. But yeah, ain't nothing wrong with getting down with the get down. Especially if it's been a while. But, do what you want to do. If you're an adult and you're consenting, just make sure that you keep yourself protected. Make sure you're getting tested. Ooh. Alrighty. So we've got family. Yeah, maybe it's time to be around family a little bit more. I'm hearing if you are from an immigrant family and maybe you haven't gone back to where your family is from in a while, it might be time to maybe not necessarily go right away, because the next 3 months, that's kind of like a quick turnaround to try and travel overseas. But maybe planning to go, like the vacation, plan to go see your family if they live overseas, or if that doesn't resonate for you, maybe, you know, if your family lives like an hour or so away, planning to go travel and see them a little bit more often over these next 3 months. Or, you know, if you're in a situation where you have found family, you know, spending more time with them, being around their energy could be really helpful for you over these next 3 months. And then we've got write a gratitude list. Yeah, make sure, you know, over these next 3 months, maybe do it kind of like month to month. So every time a new month starts or something, you write down all the things that you are grateful for, you are grateful for that happened in the past month. That could be really helpful for you. So say for example, for me, as an example, last month I got to see my best friend, Lizzie, for the first time in since last July, because as you guys know, I was in Kenya for a hot minute. And so I got to see her for the first time in many months, and it was such a refreshing weekend to just get to spend time with her. And you know, we did my hair. I got my hair bleached and toned, so I've got a new hair color. Check it out on Instagram. Check it out on Instagram. There's a reel that shows my new hair. And you know, we went and I tried matcha for the first time, which has become a hyperfixation. I have been fiending for a matcha drink for the past 3 days. But you know, I'm trying to be good with my money and not just splurge on things. But yeah, got to try matcha for the first time, and we had such a fulfilling conversation. It was so great to just catch up on a whole bunch of things. It was the total lunar eclipse that weekend as well. So we did a new moon ritual together, which was so empowering. I did a reading for the both of us, and it was just great. So yeah, spending more time. So that's something that I'm really grateful for. You know, that's something that I would write down on my gratitude list. Is I'm really thankful that I have a best friend that's like that I know that I can go to for anything. I would not trade that for the world. So I would definitely write down me and her friendship on my gratitude list. So yeah, something just like that. But you know, write down the experiences that you've been grateful for in the past month. Maybe, you know, say thank you to the universe for the things that you do have, a roof, if you have a roof over your head, food in your belly, the air that you breathe, being able to, you know, be in a space to live the life that you want. And, you know, and maybe add some things that, you know, maybe it's not necessarily in your life just yet, but be hey, thank you for giving me the opportunity to attempt to pursue whatever this thing is that I want. So yeah, that's the self-care. Let's see what astrological influences will be impacting you. Spirit, what astrological influences will be impacting my Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising? Venus with beloved and 4th house with home. it's 3. We've got, let me move these over then. We've got Taurus with cultivate, progressions with journey, and we've got your planetary ruler Mars. Alrighty. Speaking of an Aries, I just got texted by mine. So yeah, Venus could be impacting you guys. Taurus is ruled by Venus, so you might want to look into where Taurus is in your chart. If you're an Aries rising, then it's in your second house. Second house is about, you know, your resources, your self-worth. So you might want to check your chart and see, do you have any planets in Taurus? Those things could be impacting you at this time. Those transits could be impacting you. What else? I believe that Uranus is currently in Taurus, so that could be impacting you right now. You might want to check where that's transiting. Also check and see what planets might be in your 4th house, if you have any 4th house placements. If you're an Aries rising, then the sign that's in your 4th house is Cancer. And then also you might want to check and see where your Mars sign is, what house that your Mars is in, because it will help you figure out, you know, how should I be taking action on things in my life. And then, you know, Venus will be something you can look into. Venus to see how, you know, your relationship with love is going, like how you should be approaching it, how you should be approaching, you know, things in terms of like beauty, resources, money, that kind of thing. But I'm going to look into the progressions card, because I've never pulled that one before. It's number 56. The planets continuously move through time and space. When you are born, you imprint the patterns of that moment, which are described in your natal chart. But the planets keep moving, and you also imprint the patterns they make as they progress through those first few months. These progressions sketch out the big, sweeping journey of your life. You live that pattern out at roughly the rate of a year to a day for the rest of your life. Once you're born, you can't choose the cycles you live through, but you always choose how you respond. Yeah, that's definitely a word. Preach. So yeah, definitely, I feel like that's definitely some of the energy within your reading is, you know, you can't always control, you know, what's going on around you, but you can choose how you respond. So yeah, that is the astrological things that you should be looking into that may be impacting you. Let's get finished out with your angel numbers. So spirit, final messages for my Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising. We got number 12. I am a visionary. Oh, and the sun just came out. Shedding a little positivity into your reading. Ooh, you've got 2 more. Oh, that's hilarious. We've got 12, 12, and we've got 24, which is 12 doubled. So you might want to take that as a sign if you've been seeing 12s a lot lately. Then yeah, that could be a sign from spirit. But let's go ahead and get into it. So we got number 12. I am a visionary. Creativity is a driving force in your life. Your imagination is rich, and you are able to express your feelings and insights in unique ways that others can benefit from. Then we got 1212. I am focused. Stay focused on your best possible future and remain optimistic throughout the entire journey. Your angels are right behind you as you turn your dreams into reality. And then last, number 24, I am generous. You have a heart of gold and are very skilled at maintaining balanced, stable relationships. You are loyal to your loved ones and are able to be the nurturer, protector, and provider all at once. So yeah, that's all that I have for you guys, my Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. If you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up. It helps me with the algorithm. Comment down below. Tell me what kind of Aries are you, and if you're an Aries Sun, tell me if you are a March Aries or an April Aries. I would love to know the ratio between the two. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscription button and also the post notification bell so you don't miss out on my future readings. If you would like a private reading, I offer those in my Etsy shop linked down below. I just added 2 new readings, so a 60-minute reading and a kind of like a basic analysis of your birth chart. So if you want to check those out, my Etsy shop is linked down below. I also offer this type of reading the next 3 months as a reading as well, if you want something more personalized to you. Feel free to follow me on my other social medias. They're all linked down below. And yeah, I think that's it. Thank you guys so much again for trusting me to read your cards, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.